Yes, welcome back to Talking Turf. What a weekend it's been. I don't know if you've just seen that game with West Ham and Arsenal, but wow. Looks like it's potentially in the bag now for Arsenal. As always, you've got 60 seconds. Grab a cuppa. Got some special guests coming on the night as well. 60 seconds. Grab a cuppa. Get a drink. Do whatever you need to do. We'll see you in 60. Cheers. Yes, welcome back to Talking Turf. You all right, Gary?
Good, mate. Good.
Good. Like I mentioned before, we've got some special guests coming on the night for the first 20 minutes or so. It's Alnwick Town Ladies, Josie Foster and Andy Grieve, the manager. Alnwick have reached the final this year, and we're going to talk about that, but we're going to talk about how they got there. Here's a little intro to Alnwick Town Ladies Cup final against Ponteland United. Yes, so good luck to Alnwick Town Ladies against Ponteland. We'll welcome in the manager, Andy Grieve, and the player, Josie Foster. Hello, how are you doing?
Yeah, good, Melly. Gary, how you doing?
Hi, Andy. Hi, Josie.
Hiya.
You all right? Where are you training, Josie?
I can't hear you.
I thought we were gonna have a little bit of problem. We did a little run beforehand with Josie, and it's I don't know what's the matter. I don't know if it's Wi-Fi or not. But Andy, for now, until Josie, I don't know if you can try and potentially move and then come back in because the signal's been a little bit bad. And we'll crack on with Andy if he can hear us and see if we can get a little bit better signal and come back in. That's all right. No, just can't hear us. I'll remove her for now. Andy, Alnwick Town Ladies manager. How are you doing, pal? You all right?
Really good. Yeah, really good. And thanks for having us on as well. I think it's really great. 6 days, 5 days to the final. So getting this publicity for the game and obviously for the football club is awesome. So I really appreciate the time.
Aye, absolutely, mate. Not a problem at all. Josie's coming back in there, but she's still on a little white label, so that means that she's not fully connected. So tell a little bit about it, mate. Alnwick Town Ladies, how did you come about it? How did it start?
Yeah, interesting story. So my daughter, who's now 16, she wasn't really interested in football, to be honest with you. She was growing up, and then she probably got to about 12, 13, probably, with my continual kind of incessant harassing of Liverpool and the sport's amazing. She thought, I'll give it a go, Dad. And Alnwick Town as a club are amazing. They're really great. Got 22 teams, pretty even split between boys, girls, and obviously now, this season they brought in the men's first team as well. So got in contact with the club, got my daughter there at under 14s, and they were just incredibly welcoming. Got her into the game. So I started going to watch as a dad, which was probably as a dad, something you always want to do. And then they said, look, I played a little bit of football when I was younger, so started to help out with the coaching. Thoroughly enjoyed that. And as it was then, the under-14s coach is the wife of Pete Haley, who you may know. Pete's been involved with Alnwick for goodness me, years and years and years, and is very pivotal to where the club is now. And he was like, Andy, come and help out with the first team. So started going with the first team and helping with training a little bit and working with the guys that were running the management team. And then this year's just evolved. And, you know, I think collectively it kind of made a little bit of sense, I suppose, in some respects, that they asked me to lead it as manager. Got a great team behind me as well, including Pete. And yeah, that's how I've ended up there. That's the story.
Alnwick Town, like you say, mate, you know, they are a very good club. And Paul Yedden, do you know Paul?
Yeah. He's done a few sessions and he's great.
Oh, he is very good. So that's how we kind of know about Alnwick, so to speak, and how good the club it is. You know, we spent quite a bit of time up there with our own football teams. Very well run. They've got a county stadium as well. And it's also called St. James's as well. Is that right?
Yeah, that's the men's team. So Alnwick Town Ladies are essentially completely separate. So there's been a bit of integration with the two clubs in the years gone by. And I know historically we've played there, but they kind of run as separate entities.
Yeah, right. Well, Josie's just jumped back in here.
Up there, like.
Josie, you all right?
I can hear you now. Hello.
Yes, I was thinking you on gift gap for a minute. That's what I was.
I can hear you now.
So Ali's just been explaining how he got involved. How did you get involved in football, Josie?
Oh God. So I did every sport imaginable as a kid. Dancing, trampolining, you name it, I did it. And wasn't good at any of them. My dad's a massive football fan. And just chucked us in one day, and I've done it ever since. I think I was about 5 when I started playing football. It's been like 20 years now.
20 years.
Yeah, 20 years.
Absolutely amazing that. Like, yeah. I tell you what, right? Because I've been trying to add some videos on, right? This is another way to do it. I'll take Erin Acar's messages. My little lassie, at least 16-year-olds now, plays at Alnwick Town Ladies, mate. Good friend of mine, Erin. So it must be Alicia Acar, is it?
Oh, she's amazing.
Is she?
Yeah, she's just come into the squad this season, and she's just stepped it up massively for being 16-year-old. Her attitude is, I've never seen anything like it.
What's your average age of the ladies then?
Really young. So I'm classed as a senior player, and I'm only 24. So our average age is like 17, 18, I would probably say.
Actually, I had I've got it on there, man. Good little title fight. They reckon you're the hardest tackler in the league. Is that right? Is that right, Andy?
I mean, we need to control that aggression sometimes. She doesn't back out much. But I mean, Josie's great. She's been awesome this season for us. Really, really awesome. And actually, not just from a footballing perspective, and I'll probably embarrass her a little bit, but she's come in from another football club who's beaten us in the past, and actually been that real bridge between the real youngins, you know, the likes of Elisa, 16, 17-year-olds and some of the older ones, and it's great. And actually the unity within the club is, from what I'm led to believe, as good as it's ever been, if not better. So she's been integral to that. So
that's good, because that's a massive part of it. Yeah. We try to say that. I've got an under 9s and under 13 girls, and we try and say that as well. You know, your football in it is a big part of it. But the main thing for me is unity. You've got unity between your players, and you've got a real group, and you're halfway there. The rest can be coached. You know, like, so that's good. I'll tell you what I want to do, because I wasn't able to download the videos. I want to share my screen, and I'm just going to flick through a few of the reels instead. So I'll make sure that they are on full screen layout. And then we'll flick through a few of these. This is Alnwick Town Ladies, ladies and gentlemen. There was a couple of better ones, because a couple of them that the coverage is not very good. So I have been looking for, and honestly, it was amazing. Some of them. Where was the 4K one? Right, here we go. Shows here. This is goal number 2 from Libby Reese. Think of the keeper there. And goal number 2, Chloe Young. Nice little switch of the player there. Chloe obviously been watching Matthias Did you say you were both Liverpool fans? Is that right?
Yeah.
I can't believe that. Listen, you gotta have to go.
Yeah.
We can carry on talking about Anik if you want, Melly, rather than Liverpool.
It's all about that. That's all right, so moving on quickly. So you've both told me how you got into football and how you ended up managing. How did the team end up coming together at the beginning of the season? Have you been together long?
Yeah, I mean, we've probably retained, if I think about last season coming into this season, maybe about half of the squad, I suspect. Quite a few left, a few retired as well. Josie's come in with a couple of other lasses from South Shield, drafted a few others in, and I mean, I think it's really improved the squad. We've got a better dynamic. So I mean, obviously the club's been going for many, many years and had relative success. Got to the County Cup final a few times as well. But I think we've really improved the squad with the signings we've had, and we'll continue to do that. You know, once we finish the final game on Friday, we'll be looking to recruit straight away and strengthen that. And we've actually had a few injuries this season where we've been very fortunate. We've been able to backfill them with some quality. But it kind of really highlights that you know, to go on and be successful, and the ambition we have is to get into the National League. That you need a big squad to achieve that. So of you know, real quality. So that's the ambition, that's the drive. But we hope that this group of girls stays with us for all the years to come, because I only see really good things ahead.
What about you, Josie?
So I actually used to be at Alnwick. When I first went into senior football, I was one of the youngest, played at Alnwick, stayed there for a couple of years before I moved to America. The quality in the team then was second to none, but I just think now, like, the squad is definitely a lot younger, but the quality is insane. Like, you look at some of the girls that are 16, 17, they're playing 90 minutes in women's football in a very, very tough league. Like, you've got people who are sitting in places that they're sitting in the league, but we could go down to a team that's in the bottom of the league and they give us a game. Like, it's a really, really competitive league, and the girls that we've got are incredible. And I think we making the signings that we've made, like including myself and like the girls that have come from Shield, has been massive. But I think more so off the pitch than on the pitch. Like, we've all just really gelled, and I think you can definitely see that like throughout the season.
So we'll mention that actually, because I just want to touch on that. So your league, how far do you travel in your league? So
the furthest I think we go is Bradford. Bradford have just been promoted now, but you're looking at Bradford, Ossett, Brunsmere. Brunsmere's quite a travel. We've got a few close games, so we have Wallsend, Shields, but it's still a full day on the bus.
So I was just going to say, Andy, how do you manage that? How do you do that? Is it funded or what? Or
no, well, I mean, it comes from the club. So we've got a bit of sponsorship, but the club funds a whole lot, you know, from you know, all the money that the kids pay and so on and so forth. So, but the committee in the club, it's run fantastically well. But yeah, all the away days, buses, everything that's got to be paid for.
So you know, you said before that Alnwick Town was a separate entity, the football, the men's. So are you under the umbrella of a club still, though? So you know the Alnwick Town Juniors? Are you all part of that?
Yes, we're under Alnwick Town Juniors. You've got Alnwick Town Football Club, which is obviously the men playing in the Northern League. That's a completely separate football club to Alnwick Town Juniors.
Alnwick Town Juniors.
That's why when we've got Alnwick Town Ladies, we still got that juniors name. We're looking at trying to change that actually, but that's why we have to have the juniors name applied to it.
It shows you how far Alnwick's come, like in general, though, because when when I was young and I was playing like for Limehouse and Elton, and we were playing against Alnwick, and then at St James's Park, like you were saying before, that was always like for cup finals, and they were always like just in the Northumberland. So look how far they've come on, like as a club, like over the last 20 years. So it's really good that they've come on like that far.
Oh, it is. It is. I don't talk about grounds actually, and we'll come to the final because I know there's been a lot of hoo-ha this week about the ground that you were given, and rightly so, in my opinion, because I was under the illusion that the men's final hadn't been played yet. So I said to Josie's dad that when he said, "Oh, it's been Croft Park," I said, "Well, that's good, isn't it?" And he said, "Well, not really, because the men's final was allowed to be played at St James's." I kind of understood because it's 2 days before a home game, but like if the men's has been allowed to play there, then I can see why he's feeling a little bit annoyed. Is there a backstory to this? Is there a reason behind this, or what? Like,
I think before Andy speaks logistics on it, I just want to say that for me, and from the conversations that I've had with the girls, I personally don't think that the actual venue itself is an issue. Like Croft Park for me is very sentimental. I used to go there as a kid, week in, week out, and I think it's an amazing place to play a final. But I think the issue that I had with it was we've been given 9 days to promote a final. The men have had since the 28th of February or something like that. So it's just the lack of communication and the difference between how our game and their game was promoted. We've worked just as hard to get to the same place, and I just feel like we weren't given the same chance to promote and advertise our game as much as they were.
so has the men's final been played or not?
Yes.
It has been played at St James's Park.
It was played at St James's, yeah.
When did you qualify for the cup final?
Oh, Andy, you'll know.
6, 7, 8 weeks ago, probably longer than that, to be honest, man.
What's your version on it, Andy?
I would second what Josie said. I mean, to get to play at Croft Park, firstly, incredibly appreciative of Blythe Spartans for taking that on. I'm sure they'll put a great show on for everybody. It's a quality stadium, and they're an iconic club in the Northeast. I think Josie alluded to it. I think there's just been poor communication and just as we see it, the lack of equality in the game. We've been trying to communicate with the NFA really since last year's County Cup final to try and get that equality, and just for them to essentially look at this and establish, can the game be played at St James's Park? Communication from them has been almost negligible, really. I'll leave that to the committee. They're doing a really good job with that in that communication. And I think it's just try and take it a step further. We don't want this to be a thing between Alnwick and the NFA whatsoever. This is just about giving every girl who plays football, who wants to play football, and like I said to you earlier, we've got, 9, 10, 11 girls teams, and they should have the same opportunity. They should have that opportunity to aspire and go and play at what is a mecca in the Northeast. You ask any child who gets into football, particularly north of the river, who gets into football, and ask them, would you want the opportunity to play at St James's Park? And goodness me, irrespective of whether you're a girl or a boy, you'd say yes. And that's all we're trying. We're just trying to get it out there. We're trying to get this movement going that all our fellow colleagues across our league and other leagues kind of see this and just say, yeah, actually, it's the right thing. Let's get the conversation going. So that's the whole point. But we really don't want to make this a thing between us and the NFA at all.
Why were you not allowed to play? Why weren't they allowed to play?
That's the bit that's missing, Gary. We don't know. I think
So
if you waited sort of 68 weeks, then you could have waited until the end of the season and just played it once the season was finished, if that was the case, couldn't you?
So our date for the final was confirmed, and when the NFA had posted a list of all of the finals, the dates and the venues, we were the only final to not have a venue. But we had a date, we had a time, we just didn't have a venue arranged. So they knew they were going to give us the final on that day, but we just hadn't had a venue.
No way. Absolutely. Look, I'm behind you all the way. You know, like equal
Thank
opportunity. At the end of the day, you deserve to be in the final, and you deserve to play it where you were told you were going to play it. Exactly. Like they wouldn't have done that to the men. I think that's the point that you're trying to say. They wouldn't have said that you can't do that, but they have done that to you. But listen, let's get the negativity gone. Right? You've got a cup final to look forward to. You've done well to get there. How many games have you played to get to this cup final?
Andy?
3. So we get a bye because we got to the final last year. We got a bye in the first one, maybe 2 rounds. So the first game was against North Shields, which we won. They're a league or 2 below, so we won that quite comfortably, 6-0, I think. So yeah, that got us going.
So you got to the next round. Who did you play in the next round? Can you remember?
Yeah, very much so. Newcastle United.
Well, that's why you're not allowed to play there then.
Could be.
You got to be the host, Sandy.
But yeah, so it was their development squad. So I think it's essentially their under 21s. So we played them. It was actually meant to be away, but we ended up playing at our place for one reason or another. And the girls were just outstanding that day. I think we beat them 4-2. 4-2, I think it was 3-0 up at half time. Just impressive all across the park in every way. Just as you can imagine, you know, they were really up for the game. And yeah, we were really deserved winners, Josie,
I think that's when I look at the full season as a whole, it's definitely up there as one of my favorite games. I just think we were so composed and everybody wanted to win. Like everybody's heads was just completely screwed on. We had one task and one task only, and we were just, it's definitely one of my favorite games of the season.
So that gets you into the semi-final, is that right?
Yeah.
And who did you face in the semi-final?
So semis was actually against the team that beat us last season in the final, eye to eye. So they're kind of predominantly, if not exclusively, made up of girls that come across from America to join their academy. And we were outstanding again and beat them 5-2. So again, brilliant performance. Can't remember the halftime score again, but yeah, we were outstanding again and, really deserved winners. So just brilliant all around the park. So look solid. But yeah, and that's how we've got here today.
Excellent. And you faced Ponteland in the final. Are they a tough cookie? You think you got your chances or what?
I think they're definitely. We've had very mixed like results when we've played them this season. I think they are a really good team. They're hard to crack, but I think we've done well this season against them. And all the girls, I'm like I say, they're massively up for it. Like training's been good, intensity's been good, but also the unity that Andy was talking about I don't think it's ever been better.
Yeah, it'd be a tough game. We beat them twice. They beat us once this season. They've been, tight games, all 3 of them. So it's going to be a massive challenge. Any final is anyway, but we know it's going to be a massive challenge. We both know quite a lot about one another from a playing perspective. So certainly you wouldn't take any game for granted anyway, but we're not going to take it for granted at all. And hopefully we're up for it and everything goes right and the result goes our way.
Yeah, can you just pay on the gate for people that's wanting to go on this Friday? Or
I think you can only pay on the gate, to be honest with you. So I think that goes back to this sort of 9 days of knowing what's going on before. I haven't seen anything, Joe, so I don't know about you, about purchasing tickets up front. Or
yeah, so on the original post that they had confirmed Croft Park, it had just said tickets to be confirmed, but on the recent post that they've posted, it says you can pay on the door. I think it's £7 I think on the door, and then under 18s is free.
Oh, sure. I'm just told 17, so I'll be all right.
Get in.
And it'll be a really good game. Be a tight game.
We'll be there Friday night.
We'll bring a few. We were Alnwick Town Ladies of getting to the final of the NFA Women's Cup final. They're playing this Friday against Ponteland Ladies. It's at Croft Park in Blythe. 7 o'clock kickoff this Friday. And make sure you can get along if you can. Support the ladies. I'll try and get as many as my under 13 girls teams there as well, and some of me under 9s. And if I bring my kids alone, then there's at least 15 people coming. So Alex stops. Be the first time I have black and white in my hands, that's for sure. Andy, Josie, thank you very much both for coming on. You've been absolutely great.
Thank you very much.
I'll put some posts.
Thank you very much, guys.
And we'll get as many people there as we can for you.
Guys. Appreciate
Thank you,
it.
guys. I appreciate it.
All the best.
Welcome.
Good luck for Friday.
Good luck.
Thank you. Thanks.
Champion. We'll hit the ads now. When we come back, we'll be talking all about last weekend's. Well, the results just happened, and next weekend's fixtures. Arsenal, the lucky gets. If you'd like to advertise with us like these following businesses have done, then get in touch with Melly or Gary. It's only $5 a show, and we're hitting on average, I would say, between 10 and 20,000 people per month. Support us, and we'll help support you. Melly's Carpets and Bed, 63 Station Road in Ashington. Free measures are available daily. You can call 01670 632216 or find us on Facebook. Melly's Carpets and Beds. Laying our reputation, one recommendation at a time. BA Commercials and Northeast Metals Limited, where you can get almost any used car part. The best prices is paid here for scrap vehicles and metals. They have containers to rent short and long term from just £30 per week, as well as plant hire and also commercial buildings for rent. Call during working hours on 07825 405 772. GB Glazing and Joinery Limited, based in Ashington, Northumberland, but covering the whole of the Northeast. CERTAS approved, who specialise in windows, doors, warm roofs, kitchen, conversions and conservatories. Call Gary during working hours on 07825 160 777. A1 Fire Stopping and Drilling Services, who specialise in installation and maintenance of passive fire protection, fire stopping and thermal installation systems. You can email your query to Martin. That's at martin.gallen@a1firestop.co.uk. or call during working hours on 07751 429 045. A1 Fire Stopping Services. Ashington Properties, whose company mission is to create high-quality homes for the local community and Northumberland, and whose company values are transparency, trust, and loyalty. You can email them at ashingtonproperties@gmail.com or call during working hours on 07985 203 094. And last but not least, most cuts. You can call Lewis on 07519 07787. You can find him on Facebook, and you can also book through the Booksy app. You'll find them down in Newbiggin on Front Street, straight opposite Chisholm Bookmakers. Always look fresh when you get cut off Moz. Yes, good crack that, Gary.
Aye, well done to them. Nice to see local teams doing well, men, boys, girls.
And it's like she said, Josie said, they're in the league with like Bradford, and that's a canny old hike, that.
It is.
It is. Like, because they'll all have jobs. A lot of them will have jobs and that as well, so you've got to take your hat off to them. So I go up to them, try and get along to Croft Park on Friday night, 7 o'clock kickoff, Alnwick Town Ladies against Ponteland Ladies. It's £7 for adults, but it's free for any under 18s. Appreciate your support. Yes.
Right. I cannot answer comments in the thing for one reason or another. But why does it look like you've been hitting the forehead with a crossbow?
Where's the questions, eh?
On the side of the comments, it looks like you've got like a cross on your forehead. It looks like you've been hit with a crossbow right in the middle. Have you been playing Nerf with the kids?
It was Emily this morning. She goes a back heel.
You've got a perfect cross in the middle. Looks like you've been hit with a bow and arrow.
Jesus Christ. Anyway, that's what it was. Little Emily, the shit. We'll fly through these, Gary, then we'll predict the weekend's results. We'll hit the... I can see a couple, but not a lot's coming up. Top lads, great seeing you both yesterday. Red Army. Yes, Rory.
All right, Robert.
Evening, lads. Says Amanda. Good evening, Amanda. I hope you're well.
Hello, Amanda.
Malcolm Ramsey, who's Josie's dad, says, you were 16 years you played footy. Gary B, hello, and Sir Melly Barnes. I like that, Lewis. I like that. Class well done, says Malcolm Ramsey. 15, you're joking, Melly. He says you have 50 plus. Probably. Leave it at that. Right. Liverpool 1, Chelsea 1, 12:30 kickoff. Liverpool, Gravenberch scores, and then Fernandes scores just before half-time. Cole Palmer has a goal disallowed just after half-time, and it ends 1s each, mate. Chelsea, though, it's worth noting, what we talked about was Garnacho is coming up as inactive on the subs bench. Do you think he's been the one leaking and he's been found out, or what?
Well, that's the discussion we had, didn't we? It's another game where the new interim manager, who was under 21s, to come in, and one of his first press conferences that he had to deal with was, what's this about the team leaking news? And well, we think we've got an idea who it is. And it was all over Twitter, and I tweeted like a couple of things that I said, well, it's funny that it was happening at Man United, and it's happening at Chelsea, and then all of a sudden, Garnacho's not in the lineups anymore, and he's just inactive. But for a kid at his age, his talent, he's just getting himself in the wrong places. Like, I don't understand why he's not concentrating on just playing football. He's a great footballer when he plays, and his mind's at it. But he's just got this entourage. I don't know if it's entourage around him, bad people or what, or if it's his own like personal sort of persona. He thinks he's better than what he is. His ego. I don't know what it is, but there's some of it off. And he's going to ruin his career. We said the other day, he's going to end up like someone like Tal Ben Arthur that was at Newcastle. He had the heights where he could have went as high as he could have possibly went, and then he ends up nowhere. Yeah. Drops. And it's sad to see, to be fair. It really is.
It is. I mean, because we were giving him grief when we went to Stamford Bridge, and I started feeling a little bit sorry for him. Because, then I remembered I've got a son that's older than him, and he was getting it. And I mean, he was getting it. And is it him that's getting it, or is it his brother? Is it kid? Is it his brother? Who is it? He's been bad advised. We've all seen what happens when you get badly advised. We've seen some fantastic players over the years, like you just said, really end up dwindling away to nothing, end up with potential habits when they leave football.
Someone else mentioned, didn't it, Dele Alli as well? Dele Alli, look at him.
Yeah. Shot. Good players, shit advisors. But the portrayal that they're friends.
It's the right attitude, isn't it?
Aye.
Sometimes it can be attitude and just not having the right advice, the right people around you. And if you've got that sort of money, you could quite easily get dragged down a dark alley. You could.
When he scored that goal at Goodison Park, mate, that overhead kick, he had the world at his feet. He's gone from that to this, and it's got to be bad advice because he obviously clearly had the talent. So it's got to come down to that. Moving on, mate. Brighton 3, Wolves 0. A good result for Brighton. Hinchelwood scores, then Dunk, and then Minter scores in the 86 minutes, taking all 3 points for Brighton. Wolves obviously dead and buried already. Not a lot really from me to say on that. About you? What about you?
No, I think Wolves, like over the Christmas and stuff, when the manager come in, they looked like they were having a little bit of a fight, didn't they? And then once the relegation was sort of set in stone, they look like they just want out of this league now, don't they? They just want games to be finished. They're getting beat every week. Players have just lost all interest in playing football for them, haven't they? It's sad, but that's the way it is. I suppose it's.
I seen a post over there saying that some of these clubs are at that. They come up to get the balloon payment when they get relegated again, and then they use that. So somebody was saying that he thinks that this is what they're doing. Like the teams that are like yo-yos, are up, they're down, your Burnleys, and like they're getting this balloon payment for getting back in for having been relegated.
They're happy days.
And it's a lot of money to them. Do you know what I mean? Like it's really. We were speaking to a Blackburn fan once, and he said, like, if we get 25, 30 million for one of our players comes good, that's sort of suit for like 2
Well, it
seasons.
was on
at
the
least.
train, wasn't it?
Aye.
It was on the train, aye.
So
Aye.
40, 50 million that they're getting for being relegated. Maybe they are doing that, maybe they're not too lost. They're using the Premier League.
Maybe, and
My
some
opinion,
of the
mate, good on them. I do that. You know what I mean? It's the richest league in the world, and they're doing everything to make money. So if you can somehow get money out of them and go unpunished, then do it.
I'm sure they're about João Gomez, Never, young lad, midfielder for them. He's being linked with Atletico Madrid for like 49 million or something. So if you can get money, that sort of money for someone like that, who's the young winger that they've got as well? 18-year-old young one, they'll get good money for him. So if he can do that, put a couple of players like on that level in the Premier League and get good money for them, and then your balloon payments, you're doing that right. You're doing that right, and then you reinvest that the following season in the Championship, bounce back up, boom, do the same again.
Yeah. Psycho's in here saying Ghana's trying to be Ronaldo, trying to emulate his lifestyle and demands, etc. Needs a club and management team to ground him, remind him he's not the elite he thinks he is. On his day, he can get fans off seats, no doubt. What was it you said about Garnacho? He had the what?
What's that?
You said he had what? The
ego of Ronaldo and the talent of Ben Arthur.
And that for me summed it up absolutely perfectly. You've got to earn your rep, haven't you? You're not just giving it. It's as simple as that. And now you're playing for Man United, one of the biggest teams in the world, but still you've seen players come there and it can finish you as well as like propel you, Man United. And that looks like what it's done with Garnacho, unfortunately. Moving on anyway into the results. Fulham 0, Bournemouth 1. 2 men sent off Gary in the first half. Christie first on the 41st minute, and then Arneson in the 52nd minute. So 7 minutes of injury time in the first half. Both down to 10 men in the second half. Rain scores for Bournemouth. 1-0 Bournemouth. But I think the biggest talking point of Bournemouth is, have you seen it? Jimenez has been reportedly messaging a 15-year-old kid. Messages. I mean, it's all, nothing's confirmed or out, but they came out straight away and said, right, he's been suspended. That is absolutely bonkers, that, isn't it, mate?
It is, but like you say, we don't know exactly what's being said. You don't know, so it is still pure speculation at this point, and you'd be mad to comment on it really until you know the facts. But
if he has, though, it's crazy.
If he has, I don't understand why people with this sort of profile get themselves anywhere near that sort of. But like I say, you don't know the background of it.
Just in general, but the reason I was talking about, in general, why would you do that? But when you're a professional footballer, you've got people around you as well. So that's even more reason for it to be nowhere near that kind of shit. You've got advisors and stuff. I just can't understand. And to be honest with you, I think
the bit I look at in all this, I'm not saying it's right or whatever, but you don't know if what the situation's been. Has he messaged a 15-year-old girl? But has she been in a club and he's met her in a club, and then he's had a kiss and a cuddle and blah blah blah. He assumes she's 18, and then boom, she's went back. He's messaged her. Is that what's happened? And then he's messaged a 15-year-old girl. Is that the situation? Is it not? You never know.
Speculation, isn't it?
He must. It is, and he might. Or he's probably getting thousands of messages from masses every day. He's probably a good-looking young lad. I'm assuming he's a multi-millionaire. He's probably got people messaging him all the time, and
you just never know.
You just never know. You never know who's messaging you. And
Marcus here saying, I saw the screenshot that was shared online, and he said, I've never been with a 15-year-old before. That changes it all. He also said, are we going to do adult things? That's fucking absolutely bonkers if it is. Absolutely bonkers. I never seen that. I just seen that Bournemouth has suspended him on until they come to the bottom of it.
Wait, I have, but I was 15 myself.
Aye. What?
I've been with a 15-year-old, but I was 15 or 14 myself.
Oh, right, we'll move on. We'll keep it to football. Sunderland nil, Man United nil, and probably the most boring game that I've ever. Well, I'm saying boring. Sunderland probably deserve to win it. To be fair, mate, they absolutely they came to play football and to beat. And had it not been for Lamans, mate, he was there. We got beat yesterday. Like
he has been. He is. We literally looked like we were on the beach, and these lads looked like it was job done. Champions League football, practically guaranteed third place.
One shot on target. One shot on target.
And a massively changed squad, though, didn't we? So, Xerxes starting. I mean, I don't think he started the game last season. Masra,
He looked like he was playing somewhere else.
Mason Mount was playing in the middle of the park.
But fans are asking for Mason Mount for a chance, mate. He gets his chance, and I don't think he did very well. I'm going to be totally honest with you.
But I didn't think he was the worst player on the pitch. So I think he was the only one that looked like he was trying to break play up and make things happen. He looked like he was covering ground. But
Carl Stewart saying, I wonder what Luke O'Neill 9, I think that means, and Amad Diallo chat about. I think Amad Diallo goes back to Sunderland this summer, mate.
Well, if you give him 50 million, you can have him.
I honestly do. I think if they can afford him, he goes back. Psycho's asking, quick question: would you bring back Hoyland in this current squad? Him and Sesko vying for the starting place, fighting for the starting place.
For me personally, the two similar strikers, and that's the only reason I wouldn't. And Sesko plays that position probably tenfold better than what Hoyland does. Like, we watched Hoyland for two and a half seasons at least, like on his own, trying to play that single striker role, and he just got bullied. But he was all right in the first season when he could run in behind, but the second season, then people just closed him doing the run front, making the ball. Sesko, arms is out, and they're just kind of getting near him. Sesko can hold the ball, bring everyone else into play, and he can even roll them. He's that strong. He's just a different animal, Sesko. In my opinion, I think he's tenfold better than Hoyland. But I really do. He needs someone better than him, like a goal scorer, like Millie said, Harry Kane, or someone of that profile that can show him the finishing, boom, be clinical. This is what you do. Get your shots away. That's the only way you can improve him.
Hoyland's done well in Italy, but not as well as I thought he was going to do, to be honest. I mean, he has, he scored a few goals and stuff, but I thought he would do a lot better over there than what he has done. So for me, Psycho as well, I'm with Gary. I wouldn't bring him personally. I wouldn't bring him back. I would go for a more prolific goal scorer. Maybe Nick Walty-Mead or something.
I just think someone that's gonna a different option. You didn't want to be replacing if you got a second option as a striker, you want to bring someone in that's offensive different, or someone that's experienced and that can add. So if you can get Harry Kane, you get him. If you can't, then go for one of the younger lads or something, like a Croupier or something from Bournemouth, who's is he not the first 18-year-old to score 10 plus Premier League goals this season? He's 18-year-old. He's unbelievable. He's unbelievable.
I'll have a quick look actually. Squad.
Croupier at Bournemouth.
Croupier.
He's been unbelievable. He's 18-year-old. He's unbelievable. What 19?
5, 6, 7, 8. I didn't go back that far, but I scored quite a few,
Right, just someone like that.
Yeah.
If you're getting 45 million guaranteed for Hoyland, take it.
Take it,
run away. And
45 million for Diallo. There's a good start, isn't it?
Diallo. Right.
What in the nil has gone on here, says Ferry? Oh, honestly.
Having said that, back to that game, right? Although, they had our chances, the first 80 minutes, when we made the changes, the last 10 minutes, we could have easily scored 2 or 3.
Aye.
We could have, like when Dogo come on and then Mbamo come on and Cunha went up top, the whole game just changed, didn't it?
Psycho saying he would love to have him back. I'd love him back with our creativity going forward. Damien DJR is saying Kane or Tony. And Ross Barker saying, would you lot not take Darwin Núñez on a free? I think he'd be great for you lot. He was misplayed at Liverpool and suffered from a lack of confidence. I take Núñez tomorrow, mate. I loved him. He was a right naughty centre forward. He wound the defenders up, and that's what a centre forward to me is all about: winding them up, getting through the back of them, and letting them know that you're there, letting them know that they're in a game. Do you know what I mean?
I thought he should have won. I thought Newcastle should have won for him when they wanted Isak. We said that. I said that at the time. Yeah.
Aye. Do a deal.
Aye. I said that at the time.
Moving on from that stalemate at the Stadium of Light. I mean, as always, the day made up for the game for us. But the 5:30 game, I believe, was Man City against Brentford. Man City came away with 3-0 winners. A boring first half, really. But then Doku scores again. Haaland and Marmoush make it 3-0 and 3 points for Man City. They were on a title charge. A good win. Really needed. And especially the goals, mate. 1-0 is not good enough anymore. They need to be winning by 2 or 3 in case it comes down to that. Probably isn't going to now, which was what we'll come to in a minute after today's games. But a good win for City, all the same, pal.
Just vintage City first half, feel them with second half. Put them to bed. Another good goal by Ducker. He's scored some. He's been vital for them the last few games. But it looks like that slip up against Everton last week. That's going to cost them by the looks of it.
It does. Moving on to today's football, it looked like it was going to be a day of draws. Burnley, who obviously travelled to the Emirates next, drew 2-0 to Aston Villa, who done well this week to get to the Europa League final. Anthony scored for Burnley. Villa had a goal disallowed through Watkins, and then Barkley scored a couple of minutes later. Watkins then got his goal just after half-time. But Fleming for Burnley made that it was the Desmond Tutu, and the spoils were shared 2-2 at Burnley, mate. Is Aston Villa just a little bit hungover from getting to the final? Or Burnley?
The champion. That almost both guarantees us Champions League football in third position. I mean, they were excellent on Thursday night. That's the thing. That was their game that they needed to think about. You've got to be beating Burnley, but we couldn't beat either. Burnley haven't had much to play for, but they're not a very bad team on their day. They're really not. They can score goals. They've got some decent players, especially at home. And if you look back on that, they probably haven't been embarrassed that many times this season, but it's a little bit too late for them, and it's like you're already relegated. The Cold Villa are probably on a good day now. They've just had that Thursday night game against Forest where they had everything at it. So probably a few changes. And 2-2. Villa probably... They expect to win the Europa League final, don't they? So they're hoping to secure Champions League through that anyway. I would say so.
So Villa, like we said, are in the Champions League final. They're going to play Europa League final. Was it Freiburg? Is it Freiburg? Aye.
Yeah.
Aye, Freiburg. Play Freiburg in the final on the 20th of May. Jesus. That's next week.
Well, it's not far away, is it? It's next weekend or something.
I have 10 days. So a week on Wednesday.
But right?
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna just bring some of it in here, right?
Right.
So Villa, right?
Uh-huh.
Their next 2 games, they have 2 games left to play, right? And there is between Bournemouth and Villa, there's 4 points. Villa have to play City and Liverpool. Bournemouth have to play City and Forest.
Uh-huh.
So these two teams are literally settling like everything there. If
Yeah.
Bournemouth were to win their 2 games and Villa lose, Bournemouth could be in the Champions League.
Uh-huh.
Or if Bournemouth stay where they are
Mhm.
and Villa win the Europa League, Bournemouth could be in the Champions League.
Okay.
Is that right? If they finish in 6th.
Mm-hmm. If Villa win it, if Villa finish 5th and
Win the
Europa
win the
League,
Europa.
6th place gets Champions League.
So Bournemouth could be in the Champions League next season.
Brentford,
Brilliant,
or
isn't it?
Or Brentford. Could be any of them, really. Mad. But deserved, mate. They're there for a reason. Moving on.
Cheers.
Crystal Palace 2, Everton 2. Tarkowski scores for Everton. Sarr equalises. Beto scores for Everton again. And then Mateta. That's a striker I would have at United. Mateta. Absolutely would. 2s each. The spoils are shared. Crystal Palace, like Aston Villa, also did well to get to the Conference League final, who they'll play Real Valencia on the 27th of May. So that Europa League's kind of quick compared to the Conference League, really. You would have thought they would have had that first and then the Europa League, wouldn't you?
So there's an English team in every European final.
Aye. Meant that, like.
It is good.
Excellent, that, like.
Mint for English football. And we probably had like a couple in last season, I think. Was it West Ham or was that the year before? West Ham won it, didn't they?
West Ham did, aye.
But I think that was a game Everton probably needed to win, didn't they? To keep their Europe going. But Palace, he's been out of favour since Strand Larsen's went. But he keeps coming on. When he plays, he scores. Simple as that. He's a class act, Mateta, like.
Would he take him?
So,
aye.
I would take him, aye.
Down to the City Ground. Forest against hosted Newcastle. Newcastle thought they were coming away with all 3 points. Harvey Barnes scoring again. But in the 88th minute, of all the players, Elliot Anderson equalises for Forest to spoil the party. Elliot Anderson. You couldn't get a game in Newcastle. He's went there. And he's probably looking like he's going to get £100 million move this summer. It's looking likely, mate. 80 to 100 million. Like, and he couldn't get a game at Newcastle. It says a lot about what they're doing at Newcastle, isn't it?
You know what it is? I did watch the game. We went like the Fox cover and had with dinner. And I was sitting watching the game, and like he gets on the ball a lot and he passes it, moves it, blah, blah, blah. But then, you know, when Newcastle scored and then it got into the last 10 minutes, you could just tell that he wanted to make something happen. And then he was passing the ball, but then he was moving, he was making runs. And I mean, that goal, like he made the whole move, like pass, runs, moves, in, and then what a finish. And I don't know if he had cramp there. Like, I just didn't think he wanted to get up and celebrate.
Aye.
So I think he just lay on the floor. I think he was scared. I think he didn't want to rub it into them. So he just lay there and he pretended to cramp. That's my opinion. But mid finish. And absolutely brilliant build up. And it was created all by himself. He deserves his move.
Gary cracked that can, he say as well. Shit show again from Eddie Howe. Malcolm Ramsey really isn't Eddie Howe's best fan. He said it all along. It's absolutely ridiculous. I'm saying it's ridiculous. Like, they need to do something different. They either need to back him properly, or they need to get rid of him and bring somebody in who's going to take them to that next level. Ross Barker's saying it's a bit like Danny Welbeck whenever he turns up against you boys. That's right. 100%. I always do it. What do you do with Eddie Howe? Do you back him this summer, or do you replace him?
Well, he just seems to be making a rod for his own back to me. Yeah. Like he's making changes and bringing players on that are clearly better than the ones that's on the pitch. Like I don't get it. Like I understand why we made changes against Sunderland, because we're guaranteed Champions League football. Newcastle still had an opportunity to go and like get the European places if they could get themselves 3 wins, and it was in their hands really if they get the 9 points. And the thing about it is Forest just been battered off Villa on Thursday. They've just played on Thursday night. And I mean, Jacob Ramsey, as soon as he come on, he runs through the middle of the park, he's driving with the ball. Harvey Barnes comes on, scores, and you're just thinking to yourself, he's thinking, like, what the? And he's sitting on Anthony Gordon on the bench. I get it. Like, if he's wanting to move, he didn't want, but he's still one of your best players. Like, I don't care what anyone says. You're still paying him a wage, and he's getting the same money whether he's on the pitch or whether he's not on the pitch. Am I right?
Right, aye.
Right. You want 9 points, right? Get him on the pitch and tell him you either can and perform, otherwise if we feel like you're underperforming, you don't get paid, you get docked. If we feel like you can on the pitch, do your job, and then we'll happily let you move at the end of the season. It's all you've got to do. It's all I'm asking of you. Can and run with the game. It was they get themselves 1-0 up, and then it's just.
Malcolm Ramsey saying there. Played left back at right back and centre back at left back. Had a right back sitting on the bench, and the head Lionel Messi still in the pies the whole time. Absolutely bonkers that.
Honestly, man.
Ross Parker saying 1 bad year in 5. I'd give him the summer and clear some players out, but he's only got till Christmas. You can't keep changing managers halfway through the season. Yeah, but I need to do it now, Barker, and back the new manager. Oh, you give him next season. That's the bottom of it, isn't it?
Can I come in once more just before we move on from that, right? Right. So listen to this, right? So you can and win your first trophy in how many 50 years, right? So you can win your first trophy in 50 years. You secure Champions League football. Then your best player, apparently he has already wanted to leave. You hold him ransom, you didn't have some instead of just selling them when he now wants to leave anyway. And then the manager apparently follows up with the director of football that's been brought in from the beginning of July to make the transfers. You can heads and logs with him, and you tell him that you want to make all the calls. So Eddie Howe and his nephew's making the signings for Newcastle United in the summer transfer, right? You can buy Voldemort on the last day of the window because you held on to Isaac too long. You spend 60 million on Langer. You spend 65 million on Johan Wissa. And then you're saying that he should get another full transfer window and then give him till Christmas next year when he's just tossed you back 4 years. He's threw you back 4 years because that was your opportunity to take the next step. And all you had to do was keep the squad that you had. If Isaac doesn't want to be there, get him out, right? But try and get someone in of the same profile. Ekitike wouldn't have went to Liverpool if you had just let Isaac gone. You could have gotten Ekitike in and then stabilise the club, let the director of football sort of help them and bring proper players in. And then he just went and bought crap. Alanga, we sold him for 15 million. Why do you think he's going to be your answer for right wing? You didn't even need a right winger. It's just mental, and it's put you back now where you're not going to have European football off on anyone, and you're back to the same spaces where you were 5 years ago.
How do you convince players to come and join you when you haven't? It's hard enough getting players to come to North East without having a champ like Europe to offer them.
That's what I'm saying, Melly.
And you need a good manager, and Barry's saying hands off Regis Lebris.
They had everything in their hand. They had every card in their hand. We've just won a trophy. We've got Champions League football. We've got a full transfer window again. Give it some help. They had Paul Mitchell, one of the best directors of football, and the leader of Eddie Howe overhauled him. There you go. And look what's happened. Look what's happened.
You see, in valid points, Gary, there's a few that wants to be away and a bit of egos that are around the club. Or we could take Ferry's concerns and get Lebris into a bigger club. Joking. Big players don't want to play for Eddie Howe. See, as Malcolm Ramsey. Scooter's on about the English crossing. Oh, I'm very patriotic, mate. I'm going to London next weekend. Oh, Amy saying the same. What you done to your head, Melvin? I got knocked off a 3-year-old this morning. That's what happened. Rama makes a good point here. He says they played 3 games in a week and a half. Half the players were out. Forest. And they still couldn't beat that Forest team. You're right. They should have picked 3 points up today. Give themselves a little bit of hope. But they didn't. We'll move on, Gary. We'll go down to the Solars Bowl. That is West Ham. Fighting relegation. Really needed to beat Arsenal today, who, of course, are chasing the title. It looked like they were going to head out for a draw and potentially even nick one. A couple of good saves from Rhea. But then Trossard scores in the 83rd minute of the game. Fast forward 12 minutes. There's 97 minutes in 7 minutes injury time. When the 95th minute, the corner comes in, and one of the West Ham players has got his hand across the Arsenal keeper's neck. Another Newcastle player, Callum Wilson, slots the ball straight into the back of the net. It's disallowed for a foul on the keeper. Was it a foul? Firstly, and secondly, is that it? Has Arsenal won the title because of that?
Well, I think it definitely looks like it's in Arsenal's favour, but I wouldn't be surprised if Palace put on a show to try and stop that the last game of the season. I think we'll beat Burnley at home, but I wouldn't be surprised if there's something to play for on the last day. Firstly, back to the game of the day, like you say, Matheus Fernandes, heavily linked with Man U, by the way, so I kind of want him to go and do him because I think he's a class player. Do you like him? Young midfielder.
Aye.
I really, really like him. If he can, so it was very like the Elliot Anderson goal where he plays 1-2, runs through, and Rhea just sticks his leg out at the last minute and he stops him. But to the corner, I'm looking at that coming in when they kept stopping, and I'm looking. Declan Rice has got someone, and what I can call is a rugby tackle. He's got him. He's got his full arms around his waist like that. Mm-hmm. There's 2 fouls on them coming in towards the goalkeeper before that. Yet the fouls for the goalkeeper, which happens after that. And I'm thinking, so is there not like a chance to give a penalty there, and a penalty there before you've disallowed the goal that's happened afterwards? And I'm thinking, but they're so focused on like disallowing goal. Aye. But anyone else, if you watch that back, have a look at it. You look at it slowly. There's fouls elsewhere to give a penalty, but they're not. And back to that, like when Arsenal have got corner kicks, right? You watch how many fouls it looks like they're doing in the box. The same thing on goalkeepers. They've done it to our keeper. They've done it to keepers all the way across the country. And there's for them, they're squashing the keeper so he can't put his arms in the air because they trap his arms in so he can't jump up with his hands in the air. Yet now it happens. Mm-hmm.
So the consistency done it.
A bit of fairness would be fine.
This was it was a relegation. You know, like he could have potentially relegated West Ham with that decision, and also get to the league to Arsenal with that decision. So, in my opinion, then you've just got to say it is what it is. It's a goal.
1,000,000%. That was a goal.
There's too much going on in the box. Soft. And it could be a penalty to them. It could be a free kick. In the end, this is what happened. You could have cleared it. You didn't. They got there first and they scored. It's a goal. Goal.
Aye. That's what they should be. They should say, he's pulling him, right. Goal.
Who's their signing of the season, lads? Says Carl James Stewart. Who do you reckon is the signing of the season?
Who's he on about?
Just in general, I think.
Oh, who's the signing of the season?
He wants to be a jacker. And I does because he's a man.
My opinion is Lamans because of how poor Anana was last season and the season before and the season before that. Honestly, he has transformed Man United like tenfold. He's got to be my signing of the season. He's got to be.
I'm actually going to say Jack me because I think Sunderland would have really struggled this season without that experience in the dressing room. I think they brought a load of players in and then they brought Jack in who went, right, look, boom, got a grip of them and said, this is how you play in the Premier League, and he just dictated the play, and it was like he was 24 again, you know, like it was It was good to watch. Fairy says, what a season for us, man. Stuff dreams are made of. Very similar to when me and Gary played for the Horn. Two need Josie in for 2 years. Someone who won't be scared of the squad overhaul, says Billy Noble.
I don't think Josie is ready for an overhaul. Like, in my opinion, I don't think you want him. I don't think he's someone you want to come and build a team. Like, I just
Josie.
Nah.
No? You think he's had his day?
I just think I think Newcastle needs someone. I don't think it's just the manager at Newcastle. They look like what we look like 5 years ago, and everyone's saying it's bigger than just the manager and the coach and stuff. It's like it's the whole profile. You need to get your director of football. You need to get your people in places to start making football decisions. It's not just about the manager, and we realised that. And that's why I think Carrick will get the manager's job, because he's just there to coach the players, put them out, and he's got backroom stuff there. And I mean, Jason Wilcox, we obviously met him yesterday. He comes out. They're the ones that's at games like that, and he'll be picking players out, and he'll be like, he can make a difference. He can make a difference.
I was saying to him, I was going, Wilcox, you need to sign Tushimeni. He says,
I thought he was coming, and he was like,
you need to sign Tushimeni. He's Casemiro's ideal replacement, and he smiled at us. I thought, honestly, I hope that's a smile of I would love him. He's a proper.
I would take
midfielder.
Him or Camavinga. Either or. You take them both.
Ross Barker, pains me to say it, but Xhaka is the player of the season. Malcolm Ramsey says he's been a good keeper. Carl James Short, anyone, and it's Xhaka. I agree with Gary, says Damien. Lamans has brought a lot of confidence. He has. The lad is a legend. United need to find Casemiro's replacement. Has he not just chinned another player? That's why we want him. Another Roy Keane, mate. Exactly what we need. Lee Fairgrieve says, give us Hall, Bruno, Tonali, Nick Pope, and Joe Linton. We'll give you Robbie in exchange. Mo Melvin says, let's hope he does not fight in the changing room or training. And Amad Diallo has come back to Sunderland. I think you're right, mate. Stay in the comments, lads. We're going to move on, and we're going to predict our results for next weekend's fixtures. The penultimate game of the season next weekend. Where are we at? Premier League standings. Show the Premier League quickly. This is how we ended at the end of.
Just to tell you other news.
Aye.
Marcus Rashford had just scored his first goal in the El Clasico, 1-0 Barca.
Has he?
To win they win the league the night of the Real Madrid. That price range has got nothing.
Results. Arsenal at the top, 5 points clear. City obviously got a game in hand. They can reduce that down to 2. Then you've got obviously Man United, but at the bottom, this is where I'm at as well. Let's have a look at Europe actually. So Aston Villa here, if they win the Europa League, it means 6th place gets Champions League from the Barclays, from the Premier League. It could be Bournemouth, it could be Brighton, it could even be Brentford. That's right, isn't it? 6 points. So Bournemouth, Brighton, or Brentford. If Aston Villa win the Europa League, we'll get Champions League. That's mint. That's fantastic for them free. Absolutely mint. Down the bottom, West Ham, obviously after today's loss, are a point behind Spurs, who've also got a game in hand, so they could go 4 points clear, who take on Leeds tomorrow. Leeds are now mathematically safe, so nothing to play for. And probably makes it a little bit easier of a game for Spurs. Maybe it's not. Is it Leeds' last home game? I'd say, that might matter as well. But they could do with beating Tottenham tomorrow to give West Ham a little bit of glimmer of hope and just keep it at 1 point. But it's tight at the bottom. No, it's not as tight at the top anymore. It is in Arsenal's hands, like you said, Gary. Definitely is. Should we predict next weekend's results?
Go on, then.
Yes. Well, Tottenham are playing Leeds tomorrow night. We already predicted these, didn't we?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So we'll move on to Wednesday night. Man City against Crystal Palace.
When's that Wednesday?
All right.
What's City against Palace? Oh, I think City's gonna be on a bit of a roll. 3-0 City.
Yeah, I'll probably go for one more than that. I'm going to go 4-0. City will be good at home. They'll take it out on them. I can't believe they messed that up last weekend, but this is football and it shows that it can happen. Semenyu's had a
Premier League's not an easy cookie, is it?
You what?
The Premier League's not an easy cookie. There's no easy games. Like, it's all right saying that they've just got to win them too, but it's staying it.
Staying it. If I was Man United, I'd bring Rashford back, replace Casemiro and another centre back and wing back, and they could challenge for this league next season. I reckon that's Freddie Chambers. He's a Toon fan on Facebook, but he's a Man U in general. Freddie, I hope you're well, mate. Can we reflect on your predictions last week? Were they good or bad? He's probably on about what we predicted for Man U and Sunderland, to be fair. I've probably seen
probably was
out.
I said 3-1 Man U.
3-1. Melbourne's gone for 2-1 to City. Billy Noble's gone 2-0 to City. You went 3-0 and I've went 4-0.
Yeah.
So everybody's singing on the same sheet there. Moving on to next weekend. Friday, I think we kick off. Aston Villa, which would have been us, had Forest getting to the final, but it's Liverpool now. Liverpool against Aston Villa. How do you see that, Gan? Villa's at home, mate.
Ooh. I'm just looking at there's no games on Saturday. Is that because there's an FA Cup match? Villa Liverpool.
Saturday, of course there is. Is there not?
No. FA Cup. Seventh move to the Sunday. But Villa against Liverpool, I think Villa's been better than Liverpool, if I'm being honest. Like, look, there was a lot of booing and everything going towards Slot and the board after the game yesterday. I get it. You're not getting the results you wanted, but I mean, you've just won the Premier League. You've done that right, and they've wanted to spend 500 million. You've still got to back your players. I know apparently they're booing them and stuff like that. But I still think Villa's going to beat them. Like, I'm going to go 2-1 Villa.
I'm going to go 3-1 Liverpool. I just think Villa will put the young'uns out. They'll not risk anybody in that game. None of that playing the following Wednesday in the Europa League final. Aye. I'm going to go 3-1 Liverpool. 2-0 says Billy Noble to Villa. 2-1 says Ferry. Chelsea City FA final this Saturday. What are you going for on that, Gary?
Cannot say but a City win, like 3-1 City.
I'm going to mirror you, mate. That's what I had in my head. Man United against Nottingham Forest. 12:30 kick-off on the Sunday. So we still manage. It gets moved on Sunday, and we still manage to get it stuck right up.
What time does my train get in?
Early kick-off, we're in at 10:30. We'll be all right. How do you see the last game of the season at Old Trafford anyway?
I'm not going to get carried away, and it's like the last game is 4-0 Man U.
Damien saying 2-1. I'm going to go for a big one. Like, I think we're going to put it on. All the players will be back in. Forest are safe. Man United's got to put a show on for the fans and see you next season. I'm going to go and 3 or 4-0, like.
Did you see that about
every time I see it?
Did you see that thing about apparently Casemiro? They didn't play him because if he was to play 35 games, that he would have to get like a bonus or something. So they didn't put him in the Sunderland squad, so then he can play the last 2 games this season.
Aye.
Have you seen that or not?
I mean, and if that's either, and you've got to give him an extra 30 million, you're not fucking playing at Sunderland. Of Go on, get away the Trafford Centre. You're not going to
Alright.
Sunderland. Not a chance.
I get it, but apparently then someone else, apparently it was waived. Again, we're not risking that.
No. Absolutely not. Jim
So the
Buckley's
deal,
on
mate.
side up behind the sofa. You're not going, you little cunt. Brentford against Palace. How do you see that, Gan?
4. It's just a nothing game, really, is it? I had 2-1 Brentford.
2-1 Brentford.
Aye.
Aye, me too. We're going to go 1 now. It's be a boring game, won't it? Everton against Sunderland. If any Sunderland fans are watching, I can get you tickets to this match. You're in the home end, but you're sitting right next to the away dugout. So pretty good seats, to be fair. Let us know if you want them. I can get you them. Everton v Sunderland. How do you see that going, Gary?
Everton probably want this a little. I'm going to say 2-1 Everton.
2-1 Everton. Yeah, I think I'll go on 3-1. Billy Noble thinks it'll be 2s each with Brentford and Crystal Palace. But he thinks the Toffees will win 4-0. It's quite possible. 5-0 says Aaron Aker. Make fair Grieve. He's gone 1s each. He cannot take it to say that they'll get beat, although he probably knows that they will. David Moyes. I'm back to see David Moyes. Leeds against Brighton. Brighton obviously pushing for a Champions League place, or at least possibly Europa League place new.
2-0 Barcelona. Ferran Torres.
Torres. In the El Clasico.
El Clasico.
All gone wrong at Real Madrid, isn't it?
It's absolutely upside down, mate.
Jesus.
They've got big issues, I think.
Do you think Brighton will beat Leeds?
Aye. I'm going to say 2-1 to Brighton.
Yeah. I'm going to go on. It's Leeds' last home game. I'm going to go on for a Desmond Tutu. And Wolves against Fulham. We'll just say nails each and move on.
A board draw. No, I think Fulham will beat them 2-0.
Yeah.
Aye.
Billy Noble's gone for 1-1. Leeds and Brighton, I think. You're joking, though. 4-5-0 back. You can tell you don't know the crack. You're talking shit. He's some boy fairy like Newcastle against Wappa. Against Wappa.
Wappa.
Hey.
Who's Wappa?
Yeah. Newcastle against West Ham. How do you say that one, Gabby? Yeah.
Wappa.
What do you think it's going to be? It's going to read Mbappe here as I was speaking. And then Mbappe will be a free agent soon. 2-0 Fulham, says Billy Noble. Newcastle, West Ham.
1-1.
West Ham. I'm going to go for a 3-1 West Ham. West Ham win. 3-1. Billy Noble saying 2-1 to West Ham. Jesus. What are you going for, Gary?
No, I'm going to go 2-1 Newcastle.
Hey?
Oh, yeah.
Jesus.
I'd
That's
rather get
the
them.
last game of the season. I need to put it on. Arsenal against Burnley, 8 o'clock on the Sunday night, it looks like. What?
Oh, what a free kick that is. So just come to show us. Couldn't show them there.
Yeah, you can't show it.
He's just come to show us Rashford's free kick against Real Madrid from the edge of the box. What a free kick!
He's got it in him, hasn't he? I think Ferry's got Billy Noble's phone, yeah, you know. Callum Wilson Miller. Hey. 3-0 the Hamas, says Ferry. Probably. Arsenal Burnley. Do you think Arsenal will win or?
You can't expect. I don't think you can see anything else apart from an Arsenal in there. I'm going to say 3-0.
I'll mirror you, mate, again. 3-0. Bournemouth, Man City.
You know, it's getting tough, this. Because They're unbeaten in 16 now, you know.
Bournemouth.
Aye.
Hard game, isn't it?
It's a very hard. Is that who City's got?
Aye, and that's on the Monday night. It's 7:30.
I'm going to say a 2-1 City just because I don't want Arsenal to win the league, but I think it's a hard game for them.
Yeah, I
wouldn't
think
be
City will
surprised
win
if
it
it's
as
a
well.
draw. They,
I think it'll be 3-1 to City. I mean, they play on the Saturday, like they might as well stay down there and get the Express down to Bournemouth. And then finishing off, Chelsea on against Tottenham, which is next Tuesday night.
Tuesday, what's rather than midweek, I think?
Well, because it's Friday, it's Saturday, Friday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Because the Saturday's the FA Cup, Chelsea and Man City.
Who's it? Spurs, Chelsea.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say 2-2.
2-2.
Desmond 2-2.
Yeah. Again, I don't know. I think I'm probably gonna mirror you there, mate.
I'm gonna pick a winner.
Nah. We'll talk about quickly who's coming up from the Championship. Millwall and Hull, they drew nils each in the first round, and as did Southampton and Middlesbrough. Who do you think will win between Millwall and Hull?
It's back at Millwall, and I think Millwall is gonna win that one. I think they'll win 2-1.
And then Middlesbrough travel to Southampton.
I think Southampton will beat them. I think it'll be 2-0.
I do as well, but I was hoping for another Northern team.
I was, but
I like
just
Borough
think
to come up. But I think it's probably going to be Millwall and Southampton in the final. And
I agree.
Southampton's been up, so I would like to see Millwall come up. I know there was a lot to be said about their fans and that and stuff, but I think I'd like to probably see Millwall come into the Premier League and have a go. At least they can
Not
say
for
they've
me.
been
I
up.
think Southampton will win. I think Southampton will win it.
Oh, they've got the experience, but you know, I'm all about the underdogs, me. Like 2-1, Billy Noble says Bournemouth, 4-0 Chelsea, hopefully. Ella to win silverware next season. I was gonna say. That's it. An hour and a half nearly, Gary. Unbelievable. Thank you again to Alnwick Town Ladies, Andy Grieve and Josie Foster for joining me. Good luck. Remember, if you can make it this Friday coming, actually, it's at Croft Park in Blythe, 7 o'clock kickoff, £7 for adults, free for under 18s, and obviously everything helps. Get behind the lasses. Probably more so Alnwick, because they're more local too, I would think. And I know a lot of them there anyway, so I'm definitely Alnwick. But whoever you're going to support, just try and get along, fill the stadium for that cup final. They've worked hard to get there. What else you want to mention, Gary?
Yeah, I think that's it, mate. I'll sort it. Just the Champions League anthem all day.
I haven't got it. Hopefully Southampton gets smashed. Nothing to do with living in Portsmouth and Saints and red and white. Malcolm Ramsey saying the bar will be open. We'll see you there then, Rama. 100%. Champion.
What bar?
At Croft Park.
Oh, does he work on the bar, like?
There's his daughter, man. Fucking Jesus, Gary. See you later. Hey, what